I'm back from the grave to give you more chilling tales from Uberdemon's movie morgue here on YouTube. Greetings, Fiend and Fiendettes. It's been a while, so I'm going to give you another installment of Uberdemon's movie morgue. I'm going to start off with a little game segment here, and it was 2 months ago, Rue Morgue did a cover story on this particular game, Left 4 Dead 2, the sequel to Left 4 Dead. Very amazing game. The campaigns are a lot cooler than the original Left 4 Dead. They've added a ton of more weapons to this, cooler shotguns, like combat shotguns, AK-47s, better melee weapons like axes, ninja swords, chainsaws even, which can run out of gas, which kind of sucks, but it's more realistic that way. And the chainsaws are a lot of fun. Of course, they have the classic pipe bombs, Molotov cocktails, and they added a bile bomb, which is a boomer cultivated bile that you can throw on zombies and make things swarm to that, which is pretty cool. The single player is a lot of fun. Again, the campaigns are new and unique. However, the multiplayer experience with this game is unlike anything I've ever experienced before. It really gives you that sense of being in a zombie movie while you're playing the game, especially the first one, the first campaign, Dead Center, which is it's like playing Dawn of the Dead for real, and it's actually cool because you're running around killing zombies with weapons, running through them all. The second campaign takes place in a carnival, which is also very cool. They have zombie clowns. One achievement you can get is you run up to the clown zombies and honk 10 of their noses. You get an achievement. Also, clowns like to lead zombies other places. Torch a clown and a crowd of zombies with a Molotov cocktail to get another achievement. And by far the strangest achievement in the Carnival campaign is there's a carnival game. You can play carnival games in a couple of levels, and if you win one of the carnival games, you get a lawn gnome. And the thing about this lawn gnome is it can be used as a melee weapon, but it's very ineffective, and takes up your weapon slot, and you have to drop it to be able to use your weapon. So the achievement is you have to, once you get the gnome, carry it throughout the rest of the entire campaign, and then take the gnome on the chopper with you. And if you manage to make this achievement, there's a gamer award for your avatar. You get a pink Depeche Mode t-shirt. This Uberdemon's movie morgue is more of a farewell to 2009 in memoriam, if you will, and giving me a chance to say goodbye to some beloved horror icons that we lost very recently at the tail end of the year. And I'm actually going to start off with Dan O'Bannon, who wrote Aliens and was involved in, I believe he wrote and directed Dead and Buried, and of course he wrote and directed the first, Return of the Living Dead, and this is the movie that I'll forever remember him for. Great classic, now a classic zombie movie, one of the best comedic zombie movies to ever come. It started a whole trend of zombie comedies. A fun zombie movie. Dan O'Bannon, you will be missed. And next on, I'm going to also probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, the horror community has lost a very talented and brilliant artist and writer by the name of Balin. Many of you may know him from Deep Red Magazine. He also has done artwork for various bands like Necrophagia. He did the cover artwork for the Holocaust de la Muerte, which I have here. And Rotten Cotton t-shirts, he did some of the artwork for that. This Phantasm shirt that you may see me wearing quite frequently. Balin actually did the artwork for this and several other Rotten Cotton shirts. And he was also a writer, did Deep Red Magazine and books like Beyond Horror Holocaust. I was surprised that I found this book even in the state at a comic shop. And I mean, he's a leading critic was a leading critic in the horror community, and he introduced me to Joe D'Amato and his Peace of Mind column in Gorzone magazine, and I mean, it's just unbelievable that we lost so many horror icons at the end of the year. And moving on to the last horror icon that we lost this year, which is Paul Nash. picked up for Christmas. I got for a gift The Hanging Woman, which Troma released, oddly enough. And this is probably one of the best movies I've ever seen Nash in. Great character, the storyline's great. The idea is kind of similar to Horror Rises from the Tomb, and although I haven't seen Vengeance of the Zombies, I hear it's very close to that movie also. This is a very good movie if you happen to find it, or if you're interested, definitely pick it up online and check it out. And this is a good release of this movie, and I enjoy it, and I'll probably watch it again soon. And I'm going to kind of go backwards. Paul Nash was also in Panic Beats, which is kind of an unofficial sequel to Horror Rises from the Tomb, which this is also a great Paul Nash movie where he kind of plays a warlock or a necromancer coming back from the dead, and he summons zombies. And of course, Paul Nash is most notably known for playing the werewolf in several films. And this is Kirsty The Devil, which Anchor Bay released. And this is where he's playing his famous Waldemar Daninsky werewolf character, which every time he played the werewolf, it was always Waldemar Daninsky. There's also Frankenstein's Bloody Terror, which Media Blasters released. It's pretty bloody, but not anything serious or realistic. But of course, Paul plays as Waldemar Daninsky werewolf character in this movie, as well as other movies, Shadow of the Werewolf, which I believe that one's also known as Werewolf vs. Vampire Woman. That was one of the first Nashy films I ever saw, and one of the best, taking me by surprise, old werewolf films that I've ever seen. And again, Paul Nash, you will be missed. It's so sad that we had to end the year off on such a bad note with all these great horror icons passing away. I mean, the horror scene's not going to be the same without them. And all these people are gone. They'll continue to live on through their art and their works that they've produced over their years, and again through the new blood of the horror community out there. One final thing to mention this week is I got yet another horror movie for Christmas, and it's Joe D'Amato's Horrible, also known as Absurd, also known as Monster Hunter, also known as Anthropophagus Part 2, which is odd because the monster in this movie looks more human than monstrously like he does in the Grim Reaper, the first Anthropophagus Beast movie. So I like to think of this movie as kind of a prequel, and it makes the movie make more sense. It's a great Joe D'Amato movie. It's in the tradition of his other films, crass, crazy, and just completely nuts. Edmund Purdom actually stars as a priest in this movie. But one great thing in this movie is the head in the oven scene. That was a cool scene that they filmed. And again, I kind of see it. It's supposed to be a sequel, kind of, but I see it more as a prequel to The Grim Reaper or Anthropophagus. As I've mentioned before, this is one of my favorite D'Amato movies. I rave about it all the time because this truly is a great movie and takes you by surprise and really showcases D'Amato's efforts. That's all I have this time for Uberdemon's Movie Morgue. I hope you've enjoyed this 2009 retrospective, and it's the start of a new year, 2010, and there's already a lot of exciting horror projects coming out in the very near future. And stay tuned. I will be here on YouTube. See you next time.